Welcome to the online lecture series of heat and mass transfer. Here is Professor Lakshman Mane. This is a video session on one-dimensional steady-state heat conduction with heat generation. In this session, you will be able to explain steady-state heat conduction with heat generation for plane wall, hollow cylinder and hollow sphere. Steady-state heat conduction with heat generation. General heat conduction three-dimensional differential equation in Cartesian coordinates is del square T by del x square plus del square T by del y square plus del square T by del z square plus Q upon K is equal to 1 upon alpha del T by del T, where this is called as Laplace operator. This is a three-dimensional differential equation. When we consider steady state heat conduction, means in that case del T by del T is equal to 0, then the equation is reduced to the form that is called as Poisson's equation. So this is a equation that becomes del square T by del x square plus del square T by del y square plus del square T by del z square. This is in three coordinate system, plus this is internal heat generation Q by K is equal to 0. Here Fourier's law of heat conduction is used to find temperature distribution within the region. So real life examples of heat generation are heat is released in combustion and chemical process in internal combustion engines. Heat is generated in a reactor by nuclear fuel reaction. Heat is generated due to current carried by conductor. Heat is generated by electronic components in computers and electronic equipments. So these are some real life examples where internal heat generation is present. Now we will see steady state heat conduction with heat generation. This is for plane wall, hollow cylinder and hollow sphere. Now we reduce the three-dimensional equation to one-dimensional equation for the plane wall. So this is a three-dimensional equation with internal heat generation. So one dimension means here we consider here x-axis or x coordinate. That's why the equation is del square T by del x square is equal to this Q by K. On the right hand side it becomes minus. So this is equation 1. On integration, this left side integration of del square T by del x square is dt by dx, and right side integration is g upon k into 1. Integration of 1 is x. This minus sign is as it is, plus c1 is constant of integration. On second integration, integration of dt by dx with respect to x is a t. Integration of this term in that g by k is a constant. Integration of x is x square by 2. Integration of c1, that is c1 into 1. So integration of 1 is x. So this comes c1 into x plus c2 is a second constant of integration. Now we will use here boundary conditions. So boundary conditions are at left face x is equal to 0, temperature is T1. At right face of the wall at x is equal to L, temperature is a T2. So putting boundary conditions A in equation 3, So this is a equation number 3, this is a first boundary condition. So x is equal to 0 and t is equal to t1. So here t1 is equal to x is equal to 0, that's why this total term becomes 0. Here also x is equal to 0, this also becomes 0, remains c2. So we get here t1 is equal to c2, this value of c2 we get. So above equation becomes t is equal to minus g by k x square by 2 plus c1x plus the c2 is what? t1. Now using second boundary condition, that is x is equal to L and t is equal to t2, the above equation becomes this t is a t2 is equal to minus g by k, x is a L, so L square by 2 plus c1 into x is a L plus t1. So simplifying this equation in the form of c1, we find this t2, this t1 we take on the left side, that's why it becomes t2 minus t1 divided by L plus g by 2k into L. Say equation 5. So this is the value of c1. Now c1 expression and c2 expression, which is here, putting these two value in equation 3, this is equation 3. So we put value of c1, this bracket, and value of c2 is this t1. So here when both faces of wall are maintained at same temperature means isothermal. In that case we say t1 is equal to t2. So this equation 6, in that t1 and t2 when are same, then this becomes 0 by L, this total term becomes 0. So equation comes t is equal to minus g by k into x square by 2 plus this term g by 2k into L, this is x multiplier plus t1. Again simplifying, we find here this equation. If we take this g by 2k common from these two terms, so we have here minus g by 2k into x square minus lx plus this t1 as it is. Then further simplification we have here, where we have taken L square common from this bracket. So inside the bracket here, this is the arrangement that we do when we take L square as a common. So this temperature distribution is parabolic because here x square by L square, this is a term, that is a square term, that's why temperature distribution is parabolic, and maximum temperature is at the center of the wall, that we'll see in further discussion. Now putting values of C1 in equation 2, this is the value of C1, this is equation 2, and T2 is equal to T1, so this term becomes 0. So C1 comes G by 2KL. So here dt by dx is equal to this G upon K with minus sign into X plus value of this C1 that already we discussed now. Now simplifying this mathematically, we find this equation. Now at the point of maximum temperature, slope is dt by dx 0. So equating this dt by dx means this equation equal to 0. Here we have written, we find here value of x, that is L by 2, that is half of the wall thickness. It means maximum temperature occurs at the center of the wall. So this is a T1, this is a T2, this is a 0, this is a L, this will be L by 2, half. So maximum temperature will be this, and the nature of this temperature distribution is what? Parabolic, that already we have discussed. Now the second case is of hollow cylinder, steady state one dimensional heat conduction with heat generation. For that, now first of all, for hollow cylinder we will take reference 3D, means three dimensional equation. In that we will consider steady state, so this right side becomes 0 of the equation, and in one dimension equation we consider only this part, because one dimension equation. So here 1 upon r d by dr of r into dt by dr, plus we consider internal heat generation, so that's why q by k we have taken is equal to 0. By arranging the terms we find this equation. This equation we take for the integration. So integrate with respect to r, means radius, we get integration of this, that is minus q by k. Integration of r is r square by 2 plus c1. Arranging the term means this r we take on the right side, so we find here dt by dr is equal to equation minus q by 2k times r plus c1 divided by r. This is equation we say as a equation number 1. So integrating this equation 1 once again with respect to r, we find integration of left side dt by dr, its integration means temperature T. Right side minus q by 2k as it is. Integration of r is r square by 2. So this r square by 2 is 2, and this earlier 2, that becomes 4 times k, plus integration of c1 upon r is c1 into integration of 1 upon r is ln, means natural log of r, plus c2. This is equation number 2. Now we will use boundary conditions. At radius 0 means at the center, dt by dr 0, and at the surface means capital R, temperature is T of wall. So first of all we use boundary condition first in equation 1. This is the first equation. In that we write dt by dr, left side 0, r is equal to 0, so that's why this whole term becomes 0. So here we find c1 is equal to 0. Now the equation 2, that becomes, by putting c1 is equal to 0 means this total term becomes 0. Here we have written. So from this equation we find this equation. Now using boundary condition second means r is equal to capital R and t is equal to tw. So this equation becomes, at the place of t we write tw, at the place of r we write capital R. So by simplifying this equation in the form of C2, we find minus q upon 4k times r square plus tw. So now we have C1 and C2 values or expressions. We put these expressions in equation number 2. This is equation number 2. So at the place of C1 we write 0, and at the place of C2 we write this expression, whole expression. So T is equal to, we get here q by 4k minus q by 4k r square. This is a minus term, negative term, and this is a positive term, that is q by 4k into r square. This is tw. Now in this case q by 4k we take common, So we find in the bracket capital R square minus small r square. So this is equation number 3. Now from equation 1, this is equation 1 and value of C1 0. So we find this equation dt by dr is equal to minus q by 2k times r. Now at radius is equal to capital R, this equation we have minus q by 2k times capital R. Now this we use. We know that rate of heat conduction is equal to rate of heat convection from the surface. Rate of heat conduction is expressed by Fourier's law. Rate of heat convection is expressed by Newton's law of cooling, that is convection law, convection heat transfer law. So Fourier's law is minus k into a dt by dr, and convection law is HA into TW minus TF. This is equation number 4. So substituting the dt by dr at capital R, that this expression in equation number 4. So in equation number 4, at the place of dt by dr we write this term. So in the square bracket we have written this. After that we cancel capital A on the both side. So here we get expression QR by 2 is equal to H into TW minus TF. Further, this expression in the form of TW means wall temperature, we write that equation number 5. Now this gives wall temperature of the cylinder. Now equation 3, this is equation number 3. So we put expression for TW from this equation 5. So above equation becomes, this is a value of TW. So this equation 6, it gives temperature distribution in a solid cylinder with internal heat generation. So here this is a diagram. Now maximum temperature which occurs at the center of the cylinder, at the center means small r is equal to 0. So the equation in that small r is equal to 0, this term we write. So here for maximum temperature we find this equation T max, and this is a temperature distribution where this is maximum temperature and this is wall temperature. Now the third case is for hollow sphere. Here three-dimensional equation for hollow sphere. For steady state, this right side is a 0. The equation that is called as Poisson's equation in such cases, and we consider one-dimensional. So only first term, that is this 1 upon r square d by dr, r square dt by dr plus q by k means internal heat generation is equal to 0. Further simplification, we find this equation which we use for integration. So integrating this equation, we find r square dt by dr is equal to q by k, integration of this r cube by 3 plus c1. Further, this we take on the right side. So we find here dt by dr is equal to this equation. This equation 1 integrate again with respect to temperature, with respect to radius, So here integration of left side temperature, integration of this term q by 3k as it is, integration of r is r square by 2, so 2 by 3 is a 6, so here 6 comes. Then here c1 by minus r, how it comes, integration of 1 upon r square is a minus 1 upon r, so this minus sign comes here, plus c2, that is integration constant. Then we use boundary conditions. At the center r is equal to 0, dt by dr is 0, and at the surface means r is equal to capital R, T is equal to wall temperature means TW. So first boundary condition, equation number 1, this is first equation. So r is equal to 0 means left side becomes 0, this also term becomes 0, so C1 comes 0. Hence equation 2 becomes T is equal to minus q by 6k r square minus c1 upon r plus c2. So this equation 2, that in that c1 is a 0 term, further simplification we find T is equal to this equation. Then we use second boundary condition, means we use temperature TW at the place of T, and we use capital R at the place of small r. So here we find this C2 is equal to this expression. Now C1 and C2, we put C1 is equal to 0 and C2 is equal to this expression in equation 2. This is equation 2. At the place of C1 we write 0, and at the place of C2 we write this expression. In this we further simplify the equation in this way. Here we take q by 6k common, so we get here capital R square minus small r square in the circular bracket plus w, TW. This is equation number 3. Now at surface, rate of heat conduction is equal to rate of heat convection. So this already we have seen in second case. Here Fourier's law, k into A dt by dr, that is temperature gradient along the radius, and this is a convective heat transfer HA into TW minus TF. From equation 1, this dt by dr, we have this equation. As C1 is equal to 0, this term becomes 0. So dt upon dr, this expression we get. This expression at small r is equal to capital R, so we find this equation. Now we use this equation at the place of this dt by dr in equation 4. So equation 4, here we place this dt by dr at the place, here we write q by 3k into r, h into a is equal to h into a TW minus TF. In this case, this area get cancelled, this thermal conductivity get cancelled, this minus sign becomes plus, so it becomes q r by 3 is equal to h into temperature difference. Further simplification in the form of TW, we find the equation number 5. This equation gives wall temperature of the cylinder. So equation 3 becomes, now wall temperature we have TW is equal to this, we have done this. So at the place of TW we put in equation 3, so we find equation T is equal to q upon 6k times capital R square minus R square round bracket complete plus at the place of TW this is what, q r by 3h plus TF. So this gives temperature distribution in solid sphere with internal heat generation. Now in this case, we want to find temperature at center, means at R is equal to 0. So when we put R is equal to 0 in equation number 6 here, then we get this expression, that is q by 6 times R square, remaining terms as it is. This is a temperature, maximum temperature, which we find at the center, means R is equal to 0. So at the end of this session, you can explain steady state heat conduction, one dimensional equation with heat generation for plane wall, hollow cylinder and hollow sphere. If you like this video, please subscribe and share. Thank you.